AMC's doing it right. A 3-day event. Oh my God, Casino's on now. Oh, I'm sorry, though. This is the beginning of Goodfellas. Let's keep talking about Casino.
Which, by the way, once a year, I have to watch that masterpiece. And then that thing, the way I'd never seen anybody ask Martin Scorsese, why did he light those scenes the way he did? It was almost like Close Encounters when they would try to make it seem like a spaceship was landing. He had like this light from up top. I was sitting there going, this is such a specific choice because he doesn't do it in any other movie. So is this like God's looking down at them, seeing what they're doing? I have no idea, but I feel like it has to do with like, morality, death, the afterlife, heaven and hell, something like that. I'm gonna go with that big broad brush, not to trash the ladies again.
I heard it in that movie Casino, that when they kept going our friends in Kansas City, they were actually talking about the Chicago mob, but they didn't want to have any problems. So like, what'd you say there in Kansas City?
Really? I don't want to make
it's true. I got a tip. I got an anonymous tip.
Oh my God, Robert De Niro's suits in this movie. Robert De Niro's suits in Casino.
Oh my God, and the suits that De Niro has.
If I had a tailor, I would be like, there's that blue one that he made, the blue and gray suit that he has. Whatever that suit is, it's incredible. They're incredible suits. And that Cadillac that he has, that early 80s Eldorado, it just doesn't get any better than that.
And his Eldorados.
You're like Robert De Niro in Casino right now. You're letting Sharon Stone back in. Not Sharon Stone, her character, before anybody starts any shit here.
I couldn't get out of it. Like De Niro in Casino. He just couldn't break up with Sharon Stone's character. I'll tell you, one of the hardest movies to watch is Casino. And watching De Niro keep taking, there's not a lot of movies like that. Where there's like a guy, he's just with some chick for whatever reason. He loves her. He feels she's out of his league. He doesn't have any self-esteem and just stays there. You're not honest with yourself as a man if you don't watch Casino and don't see a little bit of yourself in Robert De Niro. We've all been that guy. I'm not literally she cheats on you with some James Wood degenerate. I don't mean that, but we've all, you've been weak. You've made concessions. You look the other way, and it took you years to get out of something, and then you just look back on it going I knew from the first thing, but everybody's got to have that Sharon Stone relationship before you get married.
If she hadn't done Basic Instinct and all those people got upset because she showed her hoo-ha, which, nowadays I think would be considered brave, everything. She was unbelievable in that movie. That movie, I have to admit, I haven't watched. I always love Robert De Niro and Sharon Stone's, that whole story, that back and forth of that toxic relationship. And this guy just loving this woman that's no good for him. And she hates him, but she's picked these choices where she needs his money and she comes crawling back to him. And they both know it's bullshit. It's written so perfect. The way they do is amazing.
And I got to tell you, I don't want to start the bullshit, but the fact that Sharon Stone didn't win an Oscar for that performance, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, you tell me what was better that year. 1996, I think, was Sharon Stone. Sharon Stone, who got fucked out of an Oscar, should have won one in Casino. I don't know who won that year, but the fact that she didn't win, it was ridiculous. I still think, I don't know, because she showed her little hoo-ha there. In the previous movie, I think she got punished. That's the only reason why I can see why she didn't win the Oscar for that. Anyway, plowing ahead. So I watched that movie.
There was an article going around by a critic who called Scorsese's films inconsistent and self-indulgent. This is what happens if you hang around too long. All of a sudden, Twitter was in an uproar, of course. Few seemed to agree with the man who wrote it, but it didn't seem to stop people attacking Scorsese with proxy arguments like he's a sexist filmmaker.
But again, I
think that's a generational
Casino.
thing. I think that's how he was.
And it probably is. It probably 100% is. But I love Casino. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. And I love Sharon Stone in that film because I found her to be complicated and layered and
Sharon Stone should have got an Oscar for that, I thought.
Didn't she?
No. It's because everybody's just up in arms because, she showed her hoo-ha and bend me over the couch, whatever that fucking movie was called.
Basic Instinct, bend me over the couch.
Yeah.
That's classic Bill Burr.
But the thing I can't handle is when Pesci's character sees his brother getting beat to death. And I can't watch that. There's something about that scene was just so Probably the way it went down. It was too real.
Did I ever tell you guys how I don't like that movie Casino? It's just too violent. It's just too violent. I love all the other stuff in it, but that shit where the guy's eye gets popped out, or where they making Pesci watch them beat his brother to death with the bat, and they're like burying him while he's still half conscious. It's just too much. Rubbed me the wrong way. Those fake deaths I couldn't handle.
I mean, the whole thing is like that movie Casino, which I absolutely love, but the level of violence in that movie, I mean, I feel like now you've added like when they got that guy's head in the vice.
And before that, I watched Casino, another movie I was wrong about. I just felt it was too, like the vice, the head in the vice, and the Nicky getting beaten to death and buried alive with his brother. That was just too much for me. Seeing the eye pop out and shit, it was too much, but I didn't realize, I went back and watched it. That's another one I would watch again.
Casino.
Yes.
The cornfield scene. I've only watched that movie like I shut it off when it gets to that.
Dude, when he goes,
He's still breathing and he's
still
crying
breathing.
like he had it all, and then we fucked it up. I mean, the amount of people you can apply that to.
And then Joe Pesci is in both, what's his face, Casino and Goodfellas.
You got to pound that shit thin. What movie? Oh, come on.
Is that Goodfellas?
No, Casino, when he's going to the car to get a job with the showgirl.
Oh, is that where he's supposed to?
In the car, he goes, scoot over, honey.
Dude, my favorite thing was when he's just getting rid of Sharon Stone and she's screaming and yelling and he's just going, all right, okay.
Okay.
All right, be careful.
She's like, I'm not afraid to go to the police. I'm not afraid. He goes, all right. Okay.
All right, we'll see you later. He's like, I really fucked up this time.
All right, quiz me. Quiz me on 5 movies, then I got to end the podcast.
Name at least 5 actors in the movie Casino.
5 actors in the movie Casino.
Yeah,
All right.
this should be easy.
It should be easy, but I'm not good with names. All right, Robert De Niro, Joe
Yes.
Pesci,
Yep.
Frank Vincent.
Mm-hmm.
Sharon Stone.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy went to MIT.
What?
Yeah, I know about his personal life. He had an insane mullet. James Brolin.
You got James right.
Oh, is that his name? James Deere Vanderbeek?
James Vanderbeek.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's a picture.
I know. Of what?
Deer.
In the
Woods.
There you
James
go.
Woods. Oh, James Woods. That's right. I knew him. All right. This is just getting boring to you.